Well, it's time to get a bite on the Texas bucket list, and this week we are in sunny and windy El Paso to get some Mexican food that's not your typical fare. We're at Dios Mio. In the center of El Paso, you'll find the Five Points neighborhood. And this section of the city now has a place for five-star tacos called Dios Mio.
El Paso, I would say, is very unique from the rest of Texas because we are a border city. So it's kind of two cultures in one.
Jennifer Mendoza owns this hot spot in the hot part of our state. And she's been in the restaurant business her whole life, thanks to having a family full of eatery owners.
Ever since I can remember, they've owned restaurants. Our first jobs, my cousins and my sisters, was working for them as little girls. So we grew up in the restaurant industry.
Of course, the one thing you can count on in El Paso is Mexican food. So Jennifer wanted to do something different.
As much as El Paso's grown these past years, it still has like a very small town mentality kind of vibe. So I guess what we're trying to do here is expand people's horizons. So we just didn't want to do like another Mexican restaurant, right?
So she enlisted the help of Enrique Lozano, a James Beard nominated chef with experience on shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay.
I jumped in it and everything's so natural. They're like, we're best friends now and stuff like that. So it's like, it's pretty great.
What's it mean to have him on board?
Honestly, it's great. I love having him on board. We get along super well. Like, he is a master in the kitchen, and we've been able to do a lot of cool stuff and I think help like push the vision of Dios Mio forward.
Together, they teamed up to create a restaurant that doesn't have your typical tacos.
We're in El Paso, everybody loves tacos. So that's a big one too.
Everyone in Texas loves tacos.
Yes, true. Everyone in Texas loves tacos.
We're a bar restaurant that's kind of like pushing the boundary of what it means to have like food at a bar.
What are we starting with?
So we're gonna go ahead with a pastor.
Okay. Enrique got things started on a massive meal consisting of pretty much every taco on the menu with a side of bone marrow. First up, the marinated pork.
We make our own seasoning salt. Wow. It's got like 25 different spices, mainly salt, right? But it goes on everything, and it's kind of like our signature.
That already smells amazing. Enrique threw on some steak, bone marrow, and
we're also gonna throw in our pulpo for the taco.
That is a tentacle. Look at this grill, man. This is like the ultimate vista. Cod gets tempura fried while crispy, crunchy tripas get warmed up. And just to reiterate for folks who don't know Espanol, tripitas is like intestine, right?
Yes.
Now it's time to build. Enrique, how to keep up with all this comida? The tripas get caramelized onion and cilantro. The pastor, grilled pineapple, red onion pickled with hibiscus, and cilantro. The asada, grilled cucumber, pico, and garnish. A vegetarian taco gets black beans, mushrooms seasoned with chili oil, pickled red onions, and sliced scallion. You might turn meat eaters into vegans putting chili oil on that stuff.
Oh, no, yeah, this is great.
The fried cod gets topped with togarashi seasoning, slaw, and spicy mayo. Man, the blend of flavors here, Enrique, is crazy. The pulpo is sliced up with fried baby potatoes, chimichurri, and microgreens.
Oh, I'm missing a taco?
Yeah, I can't keep up with them. You got 8 of them. What's left? The lengua is cow tongue that gets braised, then gets a glaze made from bone marrow, onion, garlic, all roasted down, topped with cilantro.
I was gonna do the corners, but do you think this is enough?
Yeah, I think that's enough. Okay. Well, let's go to Taco Town. Well, we got 3 plates of comida to go through, a whole lot of tacos, and we're gonna start with that bone marrow because that is something you don't see at a lot of places. They look big and they look amazing, but there's really not a whole lot of meat in the bone marrow, so like one of these is good for like 1 taco. Bone marrow taco, first for the Texas bucket list. So hard to describe because it's so buttery, so salty, just so delicious, and so tender. Almost like taking the finest part of a Wagyu beef steak and cooking it in butter. Intense and fantastic.
The bone marrow is amazing. That's like the best bone marrow I've ever had. It's here.
On to the 7 tacos. Just pull a plate close and go to town. First up, the lengua. Well, that steak sauce / demi-glaze on the lengua is fantastic. Gives it incredible flavor and it is so tender and tasty. On to the vegetable taco. Damn. I knew that would be good. There's the chili oil. Woo, my lips are on fire. But it is so good.
I think they're good, but that's not my thing. I like meat.
To cool down the palate, I think I'll go to the fish taco with some slaw on it. Seems like a good choice. Oh my gosh. The tender fish is something else, but that togarashi seasoning is almost very soury, but goes together perfectly with it. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Oh man. That is such a roller coaster. That is literally a fish taco you can sit back and enjoy. Because it keeps going. It's like a fine whiskey, you know? Hits all the points of your palate. That's what this is doing. A taco. On to the poople, octopus. One of the more down-to-earth tacos. Just a good, clean taco, if you understand what that means. Just a good, clean taco. Great flavor.
I don't do octopus.
What about the tripas?
I don't do that either.
On to the tripas.
It's, what do you call it? Acquired taste. To me, it's awesome. It's very delicious.
You can definitely tell it eats grass. On to the asada. Carne asada, basically. So your typical beef taco right here. Well, not typical.
The menu is not traditional.
If you're not feeling too daring, probably your best bet right here. Finally, the pastor. Probably one of my favorite ways to prepare pork. Sweet, savory, and spicy. Awesome.
I don't think I've seen a restaurant here in El Paso that has like these type of flavors.
Well, for an incredible smorgasbord of fabulous fun tacos, coming to the Sun City and saying, "Ay Dios Mio" at Ay Dios Mio is definitely well worth a stop on the Texas bucket list.
Well, I think that we're bringing something really unique to Texas, not just El Paso.
You go to any Mexican restaurant, you're going to get the staples, tacos, chili Colorado, burritos. This place is a little bit different.
I'm glad to have something different here in El Paso than your normal taco stand or something like that.
Well, thanks for watching this segment of the Texas Bucket List. To see more, be sure you subscribe to our channel. And to see full episodes, become a member. In the meantime, you can also shop our store at the Texas Bucket List Store and Studio.